go through it. But I would say if you're on the fence about joining, don't. Like if you're like me, I have bought programs before. I've bought cookbooks, macro cookbooks, clean eating, whole foods programs, but I didn't know what to do with it. Like I could not implement it. And so that was the missing piece of the puzzle that I realized from the first week that I cooked with Suzy in the group is there's no way I would have been able to implement any of these programs I bought in the past without the actual cooking class. So if you're on the fence and you're like me and you've bought other programs, don't hesitate, just do it because you can actually implement this program.
We're eating out a lot more when we get busy. We would just go eat out places and we just didn't have time to come home and cook, or at least I thought that. And so this, eating out bill was skyrocketing and time around the dinner table was plummeting. And so it was important. I thought if we could come to a balance on this a little bit better. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to kind of bring those together, working on some meal prep and some good healthy meals and getting the family sitting down to eat those meals together, family time, and just took a little bit of time. So
it's literally that it changes your desire to be healthy from the inside out. The program is long enough that it gets you in good habits. And the things that your muscle memory believes that you really want to eat, like French fries, pizza, fried tempura, it actually wasn't even satisfying to my palate. I didn't even enjoy it. So I'll talk about that as being one of my struggles in a minute, but for me, it has honestly changed what my body creates in terms of what I desire and what is actually palatable and satiates you now.
It's really insightful for me to just see what it looks like to see even as something as simple as chopping vegetables, to see what that looks like, to see what it looks like to manage a whole meal in a kitchen and working all the different things you're doing at the same time and what that looks like. So it was just really important. It just really helped me to see that. And treat it kind of as a little mentorship. You were my mentor in that, and you showed me what it looked like. And anyway, it makes me a little bit emotional because it seems really simple to a lot of people, but when you don't have that to see it, you just question yourself the whole way. And so to just see what that looks like was just really powerful for me. And I think it gives me a good way forward. So
the batch cooking and being able to have some meals prepped throughout the week. So we had a nice meal in the cooking class, and I was fortunate to have my husband with me, which made the experience awesome. And he learned so many skills as well.
I'm healthy from the inside out, but the thing that I saw the other day was shocking. They said within the next several decades, 85% of adult Americans will have diabetes. And I was probably on track for that. And now I know that I am no longer in that category.
I just learned so many tips and tricks and things about ingredients, knife skills, even just prepping my vegetables and fruit to set out was just invaluable for me and my family.
There's like a million programs out there and they all profess to be the one, kind of like religions, right? And so it's like, well, this is just going to be another program and it's going to be hard to follow. You're going to have to sacrifice everything like you do on normal diets, not be able to eat normally or healthily. And I just felt like it was too much effort and it wouldn't really teach me anything new. And boy, was I wrong.
Not having the confidence that I could really pull a good recipe together, as well as kind of the stress management, because I don't really enjoy cooking all that much, or I should say I didn't enjoy cooking. I really have gotten a love back for actually creating it from scratch. So
I've been in a diet mentality most of my life. So kind of calorie restriction and probably every program on the planet. So just having to trust that eating whole foods, our bodies will adapt eventually. That was probably the biggest barrier for me to join. But other than that, I would say there was no barrier. Like I felt confident I was in good hands with Suzy and knew that I'd learn a lot. So just trust the process is what I'd say.
I think the confidence that it taught me and The encouragement to just try new things. There was a lot of just, why not? Just give it a try. Just try it and we'll see how it turns out. And just the encouragement of saying, hey, it's still going to be good. Just try it.
My triglycerides went down, my LDL went down, and my HDL went up 2 points.
Has really made a big difference for me is just the sheer amount of time I've saved by preparing the meals that Suzy's put together in this program that gave me an opportunity to have more time the rest of the week where I could plan in bulk, so to speak, and not spend as much time in the kitchen. And also that healthy cooking isn't that hard.
I think when I was on the fence going, do I have time for that once a week? Do I have time for the prep? Do I have time for that? And it was like the biggest blessing to be able to say, wait a minute, that's what I want, is to put the time into this. It's important to me to cook healthy and have the food ready. And that prep is actually going to save us time in the end, because we're not having to go out and grab something. We can pull something out of the freezer and we can pull out healthier foods that we've already made. So the time is funny because it was what I was worried about, but it was what I was trying to fix at the same time. So
I appreciated it. And I loved the interaction with women. I wish I could have been on their live more often because they were so funny and encouraging, and it makes things a little bit more real, like, okay, everyone kind of does this sometimes, so anyway, yeah, it was great.
I would say to the person who isn't sure that they're ready to jump in or invest in this, that if you enjoy saving time, preparing several meals at one time, and they're quite different meals as well, that this would be a really good time to jump in and just say yes for yourself, for your health, for your family.
I think being able to bring my kids into classes and have them help me chop stuff and prep stuff, they loved it. And when the class was over, they were like, it was the next Tuesday and they were like, don't you have your class with Suzy? And I was like, we're done. And they were like, no. So, it was worth every second of time, and time with the kids in the kitchen, and time prepared and kept us home more. And so all that was really good.